Hello and welcome to my channel, Zen Within. My name is Michelle. Today I am here to offer you a very restorative yin practice in which we will be incorporating a yoga bolster into every pose that we'll be doing. I had to think about that. Yes, every pose. Um, so if you don't have a specific yoga bolster, if you have a cushion that is pretty firm and pretty dense, you could use that as well. You just don't want anything too soft because you want to have the support of the cushion that you'll be using. So we'll start right away in our first pose, which is going to be a modified and supportive hero pose. So kind of just straddling your bolster here, having the tops of your feet on the mat or on your floor with the soles of your feet up. And then just come to rest the hands on your bolster. I want you to be able to just feel completely supported here. So all of your weight is just sinking right down to your bolster. But what I want you to feel for is not allowing the posture just to kind of sink down as well. So we're heavy through the bones of the body, but we're lengthening up. So think of having a little string here in the crown of your head and somebody's gently pulling it up. And then soften in your shoulders and close your eyes. And beginning our practice with a cleansing breath and breathing in through your nose, send the breath all the way down to the low belly. And taking a big open mouth exhale. And it's returning to the natural flow of your breath. And keeping your eyes closed if you are able to do that and feel comfortable doing that in your space. And the reason why we offer the invitation to close the eyes because it allows us to shut off the external world, shut off things that are within our sight. Especially maybe being at home, you may have your eyes open and you're looking at things like, oh my gosh, I need to do that, I need to do that. Or you're looking at me to kind of follow in making sure or thinking that you have to be mirroring me exactly. And I really don't want you to feel that you need to do that or to do that. So as you close your eyes, soften the lids, soften all the muscles around the eyes, and just take this time to really tune in within your body. Feel yourself breathing into your body, noticing any tight, tense areas, and just right away guiding those areas to soften, to release the tension. And now we'll take another cleansing breath. Big breath in through the nose, send the breath all the way down to the low belly. Open mouth exhale. And now gently opening your eyes. We're going to stay in this position. If you need a little break, you can extend the legs out, give them a little wiggle, then come back into this position or find a different position that works for you. We're going to bring in pranayama, alternate nostril breathing. I didn't speak into the intention I wanted our practice to be about, which is balance and harmony. So when we bring in alternate nostril breathing, I feel it's like the perfect way to really bring balance and harmony into both sides of the body, both sides of the brain. Um, and yeah, just a great way to bring that in. So again, get yourself comfortable in a seated position or staying here as you are. Let your left hand just rest on that left thigh, and we're going to use our right hand. bringing down your index and middle finger. So you have your pinky and your ring finger and your thumb up, bringing your thumb to your right nostril. And as you do this, right away, notice if the shoulders want to go up, if the body wants to tense. We want to just allow that softness while we're still being in integrity with our posture. Now you're going to inhale through the left nostril for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, and then you're going to close off that left nostril with the ring finger, and then you're going to exhale out your right nostril for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to inhale through the right nostril for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, closing that right nostril off, exhaling out the left nostril for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 4 here. Close off your left nostril. Exhale out your right nostril for 4. Inhale through the right nostril for 4. Close off your right nostril. Exhale out the left nostril for 4. Inhale for 4. Close it off. Exhale out the right nostril for 4. Inhale for 4. Close off the right nostril. Exhale out the left nostril for 4. We're going to take one more round. Inhale here. Close it off. Exhale out the right for 4. Inhale here. Close it off. Exhale the left nostril for 4. Release that right hand down. Close the eyes. Taking that same cleansing breath as we did, but as you inhale, inhaling through both nostrils, I want you to notice any difference on the amount of oxygen that you're able to breathe in. So take your breath in, hold, open mouth, exhale. Soften in the shoulders. Return back to your breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Beautiful. Opening your eyes. Very nice. Now we will extend our legs out. Let's kind of just shift over to one side. Extend one leg out and then the other. We're going to give them a little wiggle, a little shake. Good. And now we will make our way into a easy seated pose, Sukhasana, on our bolster. If you choose, you can turn your bolster the opposite way as though we have it now. So we're just going to stack our feet here, crossing one ankle over the other. And finding your center here. Make sure you feel nice and supported. Good. Let the shoulders soften once again. And then we're just going to come into a little neck release here. So I'm going to have you inhale, lengthen up nice and tall. Exhale, drop right ear, right shoulder. And now drop your left hand down so your fingertips are just, depending on the length of your arm, of course, but fingertips are just right on top of your mat. Nice, deep, long stretch here through that left side of the neck and shoulder. Allow the, chin and jaw to relax. Take one more breath here. Open mouth exhale. Good. Keep your head tilted. Bring your left hand back to your knee. Then you're going to bring your right palm to the right cheek and supporting the head, bringing the head back up nice and slow. Good. I always feel my neck crack when I bring it back up. Release your right hand down. We're going to take a breath before we go to the other side. So take a big breath in and a big breath out. Good. Find length once again through the spine, the crown of your head, and then dropping left ear, left shoulder. Notice if the shoulders want to kind of pull up by the ears. We really want to focus on pressing them down gently. And now we'll drop that right hand down, fingertips to the mat. Taking nice, slow, deep breaths here. One more breath, big breath in, big breath out. Good. Bring the right hand back to the knee. Left palm's going to come to your left cheek. Slowly lifting the head back up. Releasing that left hand down. Take a breath in and a breath out. Taking a few breaths here just to notice the difference in the neck as we bring in that balance and harmony of relieving stress on both sides. And taking one more breath here. Opening the eyes. From here, let's just switch the crossing of our legs. So whichever foot you had on top is then going to go underneath and kind of rebalance yourself. I find I always go into my habitual way of sitting with my ankles crossed. And then when I make this switch, it feels really awkward and my balance feels off. So that's just natural for our bodies to feel that way, right? Okay, so we're going to come into a seated twist from here. So take an inhale, lengthen up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, twist over to the right. Your left hand is going to come to your right knee. And then your right hand can just come to the back of your bolster. So I don't want you leaning back. So we want to keep that length and, integrity of our posture through the spine. And we're only going to take 5 breaths here. Breathing into the belly. Last breath, big breath in. Exhale, untwist, and then go right over to the other side. So right hand to the left knee, left hand comes back behind to your bolster. One more breath here. Exhale, untwist, come forward. Good. Let the shoulders soften. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And then we will make our way into a yogi squat using our bolster. So you can kind of just scoot yourself up a little bit more towards the end of your bolster, your cushion, and widening your feet. And trying to get the feet so it's more toes out, heels in. And then we're going to bring the elbows to the inside of the knees, because this is a little bit more energy using our muscles here than we typically do in our yin, but we're giving the legs a little break with the support of our bolster here. And bringing the palms of the hands together. So allowing the elbows to just gently push the knees away, opening up the hips here. And if you feel comfortable, once again, the invitation to close your eyes. Taking nice, slow, deep inhales and exhales, trying to make both the same length. Relaxing the facial muscles, especially around the jaw, and the eyes, and the brow. Notice if you're kind of hunching forward. Think of lengthening up out of the lower back, crown of the head. Soften and release any gripping going on in the feet. Taking 3 more breaths here. Last breath, cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose, fill up the belly, the back. Open mouth, exhale. Good. Releasing the arms, kind of walking the feet in towards one another. And then let's just give the wrist a little release here. So just rolling out the wrist here. Good. All right, my friends. From here, we're going to come into another variation of, not hero pose. We're going to do half saddle, modified half saddle pose. So I will have you bring your right foot over to the right edge of your bolster, and then you're going to extend your left leg out I'm going to turn sideways. That's a little easier for you to see me. So having that right foot right there on the top of the foot, just like we did in our hero pose, and then extending your left leg out. And then we're just going to bring the hands back behind us. And what I want you to feel for here is a stretch through that right quad, hip flexor, and psoas. And you are more than open, or more than what am I trying to say here? You can bring the hands back as far as you would like, as far as what feels good for you. I just want you to make sure that the knee doesn't lift off of the floor. So if you're coming back and the knee's lifting, I'd rather you come back down and then focus on lifting the chest, draw those shoulder blades back towards one another. And then maybe it feels good for you to drop the head back. For me, my neck tends to not love that posture. And so I just keep my chin parallel to my chest or the floor. And then just finding softness here. Relaxing the jaw, facial muscles. And we won't stay here too long, as I know this is or can be a pretty intense pose, and it can be a lot on the wrist. Let's just take 7 more slow, deep breaths. Last breath, big breath in, big breath out. If you had your head back, very carefully and mindfully bringing it forward, coming up out of this nice and easy. Good. And just shifting over to that left hip, just swing the right leg out. Give the legs a little wiggle, a little shake here before we go to the other side. Good. You can also rotate through the wrist. All right, and then shifting over to your right hip, bring that left foot back. And getting yourself grounded on your bolster so you feel supported. And same thing here, finding what feels good for you as long as that knee is staying to your mat and you feel that stretch through the quad and psoas on this side. Let go of any gripping that might want to occur in the glutes or the low back. And breathing in and out through your nose. And we'll take 7 more breaths on this side. Last breath, big breath in, big breath out. Making your way up and out of this nice and slowly. Same thing. Extend that leg out, give it a little shake. Good. And making our way into a forward fold here with the legs extended. You can wiggle yourself so you're a little bit more towards the edge of your bolster, but your backs, the tops of the backs of the thighs are supported on your bolster. And we're just going to round forward here. As you come into your fold, make sure that the feet don't fall out to the side. We want to keep the toes and the knees up towards the ceiling. And what I like to do here is just place my hands underneath my calves to give some support, and then soften in the shoulders. And drop the head down, let the chin fall into the chest. So this is a very deep stretch here for the upper back, mid back, and low back. And you may even feel this into your hamstrings. If this is too intense for you, being on your bolster, I will demonstrate what you can come into. Otherwise, you just stay here and breathe here. But you can come off of your bolster, keep the legs extended, bring your bolster on top of your thighs, and then just rest over this way. All right. So whatever feels best for you and your body here. And really feel for breathing into the back. And just allowing the upper body to get heavier and heavier. Letting gravity do all the work for you here.
Let's take 3 more breaths here. Mhm. Taking a cleansing breath. Big breath in, fill up the back. Open mouth, exhale. Making your way up out of this nice and slow and easy. Once you bring the upper body, bend the knees, bring the feet back in, kind of back into our yogi squat, but we're just going to rest the arms here on top of the knees. Taking a few breaths here. Taking one more breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Beautiful, my friends. From here, we will make our way into Supta Baddha Konasana with our bolster. So just you can cross your legs here, slide yourself down so that the bolster is right at your low back. Bring the soles of the feet together. And then you're just going to lower yourself on down nice and easy. Now, if you need a little extra support underneath the head, you can either bring the hands back behind you, but that will be a really big chest opener, or you could bring a blanket or yoga block to support the head here. Now, I always like to lift my hips, curl my tailbone towards my heels, and then lower the hips back down, kind of just create some space in the low back. And let the knees just fall out to the side. And then with the arms, you can bring them with the palms facing up near the body. Maybe you open them up to a T or even into cactus. Or maybe it even feels good to reach the arms all the way back. And always the option to find a position for the arms. And maybe it feels good for a few breaths. And then you just gently transition to another position where you know you're able to stay a little longer. So then we're not constantly moving the body. Like for me, having my arms back behind me, it feels good for about 5 breaths, and then I'm ready to bring them down. Just giving yourself about a minute to really settle into the most comfortable position for your body. And once you get settled, just breathing in and out through the nose, nice, slow, deep breaths. Inviting in the opportunity for the body, the mind to release. anything that you or it does not need to serve your highest good. And allowing the mind and body to come to this place of balance and harmony together and within each other. Let's take one more breath here, cleansing breath. And bringing the hands to the outer thighs, support bringing the legs in together. And now send the legs all the way out. Reach the arms back behind you. Nice front body, back body opener here, and lengthening and stretch. You can rotate through the wrists, rotate through the ankles. Good. And then we're going to make our way up out of this pose. So bring the arms down, bring the hands near the hips, lifting the head up first, and then pressing yourself up. Nice and easy. Good. From here, just turn yourself to face your bolster, and then turning your bolster, and we will bring the legs on top of our bolster from here, and then lowering yourself down nice and easy. Once you settle, bring your feet to the bolster and bring the knees into the chest, taking a few rocks side to side. Good. Let's send the feet all the way up towards the sky, towards the ceiling, holding on to the backs of your thighs. Point and flex your feet. Rotate through your ankles, making big circles here. In one direction and then the next. Bending your knees once again, lower your feet to your bolster and take your feet wide. So the width of your bolster. Open your arms out to cactus arms. And we're just going to take a little windshield wiper, dropping the legs over to the left Inhale, come back to center, over to the right. Good. One more each side, making this a nice slow movement. And then we will come to hold this pose. But first, we're going to do one more each side. So I'm going to come back to center, back over to the right, and then coming back to center, letting them fall over to the left, and then we're just going to hold here. Letting the knees be nice and heavy, unclenching the glutes. Let the belly be soft. Taking one more breath here. And slowly bring the knees back up. Making your way to the other side. Feel for any areas of your body that are still holding or gripping or tensing up. And giving them permission to let go. Taking one more breath here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Bringing the knees back up to center. And then extending the legs all the way out so that your legs rest on your bolster. And bringing the hands to the belly, letting the shoulders just melt back, soften in the arms. This will be our supported Shavasana pose. Maybe you kind of walk or wiggle the legs a little further away from each other, creating some space for the hips to open. Taking a cleansing breath to release the body. And once again, allowing the mind and the body to come to this state of balance and harmony through every cell, through the energy, and just through your entire being. Deepening your breath. Fill the breath or send the breath all the way down to your belly. Fill the belly up. Open up. Exhale. Beginning to bring some movement into the body, rotating through the wrists, the ankles, gently rocking your head side to side. And taking that nice lengthening stretch that we did before, reach the arms back behind you. If the legs were further away from one another, bring the legs in together, point through the toes, reach through the fingers, big inhale. And then exhale, bringing your feet to your bolster, your hands to your thighs, rolling over to one side in a fetal pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Then pressing yourself up. And we'll come to meet an easy seated pose to close our practice and time together. Let's bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Taking a cleansing breath here. And just noticing how your mind, your body, your energy
is currently feeling. Feeling this sense of balance and harmony within both, and honoring yourself that you took this time for yourself to create this balance and harmony within. So thanking yourself, whatever it took for you to get here on your mat today. I honor you for taking this time for you and your self-care. Let's bring the palms of the hands together, bowing our heads. May you continue to have peace in your mind, peace in your body, peace in your heart, peace in your soul, and peace in your life. And having this sensation of peace, harmony, and balance. Namaste. Thank you so much for taking this time for you and for choosing to practice with me. I look forward to meeting you back on the mat again soon. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, this practice, please give it a thumb, a like. And I'm always open to receiving comments. I'd love to interact with you and just see how your practice is going and if there's anything else you would like me to bring forth for you. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, that would be a very good way to support me and in the growth of growing my channel. So once again, thank you so much. Sending you peace and love. Namaste.